The late afternoon sun painted the village in hues of orange and gold. It was a small village full of life and laughter. At its heart stood a majestic baobab tree, its branches reaching towards the sky like ancient arms. Beneath this tree, 4 friends gathered.
Today is the day we embark on an adventure to uncover our heritage.
Kofi, a bright-eyed 10-year-old, adjusted his backpack. He was excited. He looked at his friends, their faces mirroring his excitement.
I've got my sketchbook ready to capture all the beauty around us.
And I've got so many stories to share, I can't wait.
I'm curious to see what we'll discover. Always something new to learn.
Together they were Zuma Africa, a group brought together by their shared history and a thirst for knowledge. Today, their quest for knowledge would lead them beyond the familiar dust paths of their village. Today, they would journey into the heart of their heritage. The minibus rattled down the dusty road, leaving a cloud of red earth in its wake. Kofi and his friends peered out the windows, taking in the sights and sounds of their beautiful continent. Rolling hills gave way to vast savannas dotted with acacia trees. They passed bustling markets, a kaleidoscope of colors and smells. Women in brightly patterned dresses sold ripe mangoes and juicy pineapples. The air vibrated with the rhythmic beat of drums and the melodic chants of street vendors.
Look, they're playing a game our ancestors played.
Aisha pointed excitedly at a group of children playing a game with a ball made of woven grass. Their journey was a continuous thread connecting them to the past. Every sight, every sound, whispered stories of their ancestors. Stories of resilience, of creativity, of a rich and vibrant culture that had stood the test of time. The cultural center stood on a hilltop, overlooking the sprawling savannah. Its walls, adorned with intricate murals, seemed to whisper tales of bygone eras. Inside, the air was cool and quiet, filled with the scent of cedarwood. A kind-faced old man, the curator, greeted them with a warm smile. He led them through the exhibits, each artifact a piece in the grand tapestry of their history. They marveled at ancient pottery, intricately carved masks, and delicate beaded jewelry.
The patterns on this clay pot, it feels like I can touch the past.
Kofi traced the patterns on a clay pot, his fingers tingling with the echoes of the artisan who had molded it centuries ago.
I need to capture this mask's emotions in my sketchbook.
Nala sketched furiously in her book, trying to capture the emotions etched into the mask's wooden features. The curator explained the significance of each piece, his voice a soothing melody. He told them stories of kings and queens, of warriors and weavers, of farmers and fishermen. Each story was a thread, weaving them closer to their heritage. Section 4, The Storm and the Scroll.
As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the savannah, the wind picked up. Dark clouds gathered overhead, and the rumble of thunder echoed through the hills. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed, striking a nearby tree and plunging the cultural center into darkness. In the ensuing chaos, a gust of wind knocked over a display case, shattering the glass and sending a fragile-looking scroll rolling across the floor. Kofi, his heart pounding, reacted instinctively. He lunged forward, scooping up the scroll just as the wind threatened to rip it from his grasp. He huddled with his friends, shielding the precious artifact with their bodies. Together, they huddled in the darkness, the storm raging around them. The experience brought them closer, their shared purpose a beacon in the storm. They knew they had to protect the scroll, this tangible link to their past.
Section 5, The Whispers of Our Ancestors.
When the storm finally subsided, leaving a trail of glistening raindrops and the scent of wet earth, the friends carefully unrolled the scroll. It was made of animal skin, covered in faded symbols and markings.
What does it say? Whispered Aisha, her eyes wide with curiosity.
The curator, using his knowledge of ancient languages, painstakingly deciphered the symbols. It was a message, he explained, from their ancestors, a message of unity, of love, and of the importance of remembering their history.
Our ancestors are speaking to us, whispered Nala, her voice filled with awe. They are reminding us that we are connected, not just to them, but to each other.
As they looked at the scroll, they realized that their heritage was not just about objects or stories. It was about the spirit of unity and resilience that ran through their veins. It was about the whispers of their ancestors, urging them to embrace their past and face the future together.